Hello, ladies and gentlemen. The weekend is over, and it's time for the best day of the week. It is Monday, April 15th, and as if we couldn't be happy enough, it's tax day. Oh, yeah. I got 1099 problems because some bitches didn't send me one this year, so I had to file an extension, which is kind of a pain in the ass. But that's okay, because I paid estimated taxes. Yeah! A little bit of tax humor. There's someone who's like 18. His parents took care of it this year. What's a 1099? Well, none of that is interesting. Welcome to Funday Monday, where ordinarily on the Day 9 Daily we learn to be a better gamer, but on Mondays we dedicate to dicking around. This is the 572nd Day 9 Daily, and because these numbers are getting particularly large, I'm starting to realize that we can even note some interesting mathematical facts about them. Not today, because I didn't prepare anything. So far, this show's going great. In today's Day 9 Daily, we are going to be looking at the following topic. It is the one-man army in 4 versus 4. That is right, in a 4v4, I requested that you submit to me a game where one of you was the champion. One of you is the only person on your team that can make units. The other 3 may build only defensive structures, workers, and dump their money to you. Now, a few queens and like an observer is okay, because I don't want to make it too stilted, but basically, 3 of the players are totally boned and are there to only support the champion. Oh, this coffee's horrible and it's cold. Ugh. But that's fine because it gives me the energy and focus I need to present to you the introductory game. Now, in general, the introductory game's goal is to be the first one out the gate, showing you exactly how the Funday Monday challenge should sort of pan out. An example game. However, this one not only does that, but also will present to us the true feeling of Funday Monday. The true spirit of being a Funday Mondayer. Oh, God. I don't have that much left. Should I slam it? Should I slam it? Ugh. Let me just do it. That's terrible. Oh, I slammed the coffee. My friend Eric was telling me that he was trying to slam some tea today, and I told him you can't slam tea. It's like way too genteel. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, back in the thick of things. We have Armadillo, James, and Havra. Now, for any of you who don't know who these 3 people are, you're about to learn that they are amazing. They're all 3 friends, and in fact, a stranger from Team Glory. His name is Phasor. Why would 3 people band together and play with a stranger in 4v4 other than for Funday Monday? Let's find out. Let's find out. The game begins, and you know what? The sound is enabled. You may not take a shot for that. However, music, I think we can rock out to a little bit of these beats. Glory Phasor on the right side. Now, part of the challenge was that you had to announce who that person was. All hail Phasor, says James. Now, we're going to ignore Bung Chalong for a moment. We're gonna come back to him in a little bit. Or at least we're going to try to. He says, do you have TP? Now see, in the true spirit of Funday Monday, look at this. Armadillo says, Phasor, Funday Monday, we will give you all our resources and all I have to do is build tons of units. At this moment, we realize that Phasor was not actually in on the challenge to begin with. They have merely chosen him, and they're going to transfer him all that money. Quite the experience. Isn't that great? Now, the other thing that's interesting is that when you get on the internet, you meet people like Bung Chalong, who says, do you have TP? I need TP for my bunghole, because interestingly, Bung Chalong was funny in 1997. Who quotes Beavis and Butthead in this era? Who on earth does that? Like, most people, you say Beavis and Butthead, and people are like, are those characters in South Park? Come on, man. And his name is Bung Chalong. Oh, man. Now, he says he needs TP for his bunghole. He's not actually done. In fact, he's nearly missing an Overlord, but after he gets the Overlord started, Armadillo asks a reasonable question. Havra is still just absolutely losing his shit for having chosen a champion. He is just into it. I am the great Cornholio. First, he's got to build the Overlord, right? Any joke that you want to make as a person on the internet, you got to make sure you're not messing up your Overlord, because if you do that, you're just a burden on the team. But fortunately, Bung Chalong has successfully built his Overlord, his 10th drone, and is simply a burden on our emotions at this point in time. So, the enemy team, we have Suyur. Havra, look at this. Unallied chat, just saying all hail. What a boss. More the enemies, WRX Mike. Bung Chalong, of course, noting Bung Holio. And Jason Leon. 2 first names back to back. Alright, this is really good. This is really great. Now, I wanted to give an extra special thank you to all the wonderful individuals who submitted today, because of the fact that there were, in fact, a lot of really good games. We're going to try to see as many as we can in today's daily. But unfortunately, a few had to fall off the bandwagon. Now, one thing that makes 4v4 casting difficult, before we even actually get into the action, we need to note that anytime I open one of these tabs, it basically opens a spreadsheet. Right? Like, if resources, like, parse that information. Look at this oh my god, army. Oh god. I even hit the wrong button, so we went back 10 seconds. This is look at the production tab. Look, it almost goes down to the minimap. Like, there could barely be, like, a 9th player, like a ghost of a player there. This is just stressful. Now, what I'll occasionally do is I'll hit Alt-F, which will colorize the teams, so we can actually see that we have the red team, whose glorious champion is Glory Phasor, and the enemy team in blue, the blue bastards. Absolutely not. We have Bung Chalong going both early Expo, early Pool, because he is the great Cornholio. Now, Armadillo, I have a lot of respect for. Armadillo is going gas Forge, because, you know, Phasor might need some gas. Armadillo needs some defense up. This is a well-thought-out plan at this point. Early command center on the left flank, followed by a barracks. He's definitely going to need an orbital command and a planetary fortress. And Armadillo just letting Phasor know what's going on. Phasor, for someone who's been thrown under the bus, well, I mean, he isn't exactly thrown under the bus. Look at this. You serious? Yep. Sigh. Doesn't this just look like an 80s Tom Hanks movie where he's teleported to another dimension where suddenly he gets the opportunity to run a multi-billion-dollar corporation, and this is sort of wry, goofy slapstick humor as he has his sweatpants tucked into his neon shoes with his pastel-colored shirt and his hair that goes like that. Not unlike my hair, minus gel. So Armadillo sort of continues along, builds lots of production buildings, sorry, but it's Funday Monday, blame day 9, Havra, happy days, who's done nothing but just be elated as shit, constantly. So great, perfect. So here, let's actually step into the shoes of Glory Phasor. The good old Glory Phasor. Think of it as your birthday. All of the resources. So Glory Phasor is just going all out, man. He's getting his reactors, he's getting his tech labs, he's getting kind of a late orbital command, but you don't really need that. Now in a few moments' time, what will happen to Glory Phasor? That's right, Funday Monday will happen to Glory Phasor. If we look at all the resources, look at all those juicy resources that are suddenly just all going to be transferred at any moment. Come on. Come on, give him the money. Come on. Where did it go? There it is! Bam! Look at that, you're rich. There you go, says Armadillo. What a hero. Thanks, Ellipsis. Thomas. Oh my gosh. Part of me wishes that Bill Murray was playing your role. I'm not gonna lie. Groundhog's Day, a classic. There need to be much more of those. Sorry, says Armadillo, it's for day 9. What a sweetie patootie. You are totally not. LOL, planetary fortress. Look at Bung Chalong. What did he do? He just scouted the planetary. as though he doesn't even understand. He has no idea. Groundhog's Day was an amazing movie. The chat is universally agreeing with me. Alright, Phaser, let's get the buildings up, man. Let's remove this giant spreadsheet of data. Look at all this spending. Oh, God. Some buildings, production, units. Yeah, let's just open up this. This is the best I can do. No, that's the best I can do. In the meantime, we have Jason Leon doing the usual thing, protecting against any threat from the air units that would come from Bung Chalong, right? We also have some cannons going down here at the front. Smiles Havra, just ridiculously giggly, euphoric even. He's so happy. Mass expanding. I didn't realize I could get so many bases. Armadillo has a single cannon protecting the rocks. Only in the StarCraft universe does that actually make sense. Quickly, get a turret facing that door. But that's a closet, sir. Just put a second turret next to the turret and arm it with a scope so you can zoom in to the door. Excellent. StarCraft 2 universe logic. Quickly, get that on front page Reddit and earn a point in bingo. My God, that's like a really obscure joke. Only people who checked Reddit at 2:15 yesterday know what I'm talking about. Suyur going for the usual one base all the time because, well, 4v4. And Suyur is harassing basically with a ferret. Now Armadillo, look at this. This is the sweetest thing I've ever seen. Sweet army, comma, go hit him, exclamation point, with a happy face with tears. Do you see that? This isn't colon parenthesis. This is colon underscore parenthesis. It's like a stream of just like, that's such a good army. You did such a good job. Like, I imagine this is what happens when a parent of a 6th grader is there seeing his once unfit son win the Presidential Physical Fitness Award. No one knows what that is except that 6th graders occasionally get them. And there it is. Look at this sweet army. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. It's so beautiful, Phasor. Oh, glory, Phasor. Go phase him. We're being a little bit tickled over here while the good old ferret from Suyur just greatly inconveniences Havra. I say ferret because I recently watched a Kindergarten Cop. Yes. And here goes glory, Phasor. Armadillo. Is Armadillo just like watching him straight up? Yes, look at this. Armadillo. This is the Armadillo cam. He's transferring some stuff. Oh, look, there's his little Hellbats. Let's go ahead and cue that up. Oh, let me go ahead and make some more stuff. Let me transfer those over. Let's check out this battle again. Come on, check out the battle, you unsupportive parent. He's doing the attack. Oh my God, get there! Armadillo gave me the illusion of being a good parent, but I was disappointed. And of course, James gets it. There is no person who doesn't get it as much as James. Glorious Phasor strikes our foes. And of course, this is sent to all chat. You gotta know that the hotkey is Shift-Enter. His might is beyond question. Phasor, oh guys, look at that money being kept so low. The paragon of macro. Phasor takes out James Leon, the man of 2 first names. LOL, it's actually Walkring! Oh my God. Wow, a Presidential Physical Fitness Award is actually something of real value. Oh my gosh. Taking it all out, Bung Chalong trying to go swarm host, or as I like to call it, he recently bought the expansion, so he's gonna make the new thing. Yeah. Alright. Getting it in there. But of course, as a legacy player, I look down on anyone who tries to play block. So Bung Chalong, build more barracks, factories, Phasor? Maybe? Nah, Phazor's in good shape, man. He's just gonna queue up more Thors. That'll spend the money. But uh-oh. Phasor. Now, see, in this particular circumstance, it's easy to be upset with Phasor. His army's fallen. He didn't actually do the damage that he needed. Havra is going absolutely nuts with these expansions. Look at him! So many bases. He's actually not even transferring money. He's just expanding more. James just has some planetaries up. He's been spending most of his time cheering and adding on more things. But in the true spirit of Funday Monday, as a wonderful, supportive series of humans, This is the trio of Armadillo James Havra will not stop supporting Phasor. He is their man. If only Rob's troops had as much faith in him. More production buildings, Phasor, more! Lots of exclamation points, lots of happy faces. And what we're seeing out of Phasor is a 1-1-1-1-1 build. It's where you get like 1 or 2 of every Terran unit and you go. Because how do you beat one of everything? You can't counter him because he already has one of the counter. So there's Bung Chalong. Observe the might of the Dominion and tremble. God, James, look at this. Unending enthusiasm. This might is Phazor's with an apostrophe. This kid's using grammar on the internet. There's the scan from, I don't know, maybe Phasor. Picking off all the units of Bung Chalong, who is feeling his Bung Holio shiver up and clench in dismay. Swarm hosts, cool. Look at this Armadillo needs support of the other one. Man, with a series of periods. And this is where you can only be on the internet for these types of insults. These cocksuckers came from Solitaire or something. Now, the only thing that he can actually be referring to are people who open up the default games that come with most Windows, including all the way back to Windows 3.1, playing some Solitaire. My grandfather used to play Solitaire on the old 486 that we used to run. And when he hopped on and played StarCraft 2 in a 4v4 for the Funday Monday challenge on the map District 10, I don't follow it. I don't follow the chain of logic. But sometimes people just say things. And normally, like, I understand these cocksuckers. Like, I understand he's dressing me and my team. He wants to get our attention. If he's like, hey, cocksucker, they'll be like, yes, hey, I'm listening. I'm ready to receive the information at this point in time. But then the Solitaire thing, I don't even know how to respond from that. Like, if I'm like really upset at someone and I'm like, you're ugly, and he looks at me and says, you're gonna explode, I don't even know what to do with that. I'm not going to explode. There's no bombs in me. And in my head, I'm like, my God, in the shower later, I'm gonna figure out the exact insult. When I come home from school after crying and people laughed at me a little bit about me exploding, I think of the most brilliant response. I don't even know what to do, but that's the best part about StarCraft 2. You don't even ever have to think of a compliment. You just say, this guy said this weird thing to me, so I fucking killed him. Sweet justice. Sweet justice. Yes. And there it is. Came from Solitaire or something. Phasor fanged, says James. His enthusiasm is starting to completely destroy all of his ability to think. He's just starting to say whatever. Phasor moving out, taking out all the swarm house of Bung Chalong. And there it is, Siu Yor trying to assault with his one basing army that is eventually a hidden Expo army. And Phasor, you know, again, something could go wrong, but in the resources tab, he's right now hanging out with 8.7k, 6.5k. No problem. He's going to get battlecruisers. He might be fusion core dancing soon. Oh my God. Phasor. Phasor getting in there. Yep, I got a little bit of excess funds. It's time to have some excess fun, if you know what I mean, because it's Monday. And now any attack at any point immediately gives huge problems to everything that is going on for Havra. I gotta remove this tab because I can't even process all this information that happens in 4v4s. Oh, look at the buildings, the upgrade tabs. Even the upgrade tab is totally overwhelming. The important thing is that Glory Phasor is bringing amazing excess glory to his team. And James is saying things, Phasor, fagn. doesn't make any sense unless you put a beat to it, and it gets in the top 40, and all of a sudden, suburban children in high schools from slightly marginalizing families, no, son, you're not allowed to play video games. Iya, mom. You ain't a Phasor thagn. Oh, God. Our culture. So at this point in time, Suyor witnessed the glory that is Phasor. James, he's not stopping. His ally Havra is just decimating everything. It's no big deal. Not a big deal in the slightest. His radiant visage glares down upon you. James is even saying the same thing. He's like coming up with a new, different way to be supportive of this guy who has like enough money to pay off student loans. Just marching through with his 1-1-1-1-1 Marine Marauder tank Thor, battle cruiser Hellion. No medevacs though. We don't need a heal because we have plenty of money where that came from. One has fallen beneath Phazor's booted heel. Phasor might not even have socks or shoes on. This is pretty excellent, Armadillo. In the meantime, Havra's real quiet because he's like dying, so he has to build a wall of cannons. No big deal. Marching on in is Phasor, Jason Leon, the man with 2 names and no life to live. 2 have fallen, all caps lock James. GG, amazingly, the only person who has stated anything on the other team. Full of Bungholio, Beavis and Butthead reference. He just says good game and pops out. Huzzah, says Havra. Ha, comma, GG. Soon all will know the benevolence of Phasor. Phasor, hail. Phasor, hail. Phasor, hail. Hail the man that is bringing the glory here. See Phasor, Funday Monday is fun. Heh, fair enough. He has a story to tell. He showed up in a 4v4. Cannons! Happy days, smile, and cannons have been the only things that has been possibly stated at any point. Look at him with the 1-1-1-1-1-1-1-1-1. He doesn't even know how to spend all this money. He's just queuing up upgrades. Look at that. He has structure armor in the queue just to make sure that that gets taken care of. Oh god, I'm so proud of Phasor, but most importantly, I'm proud of Armadillo, James, and Havra. Mavra is actually the Queen of Cold. She's the Queen of the Winter Court. Or is she the grandmother of the Winter Court? I can't remember. I think Mob is the Queen of the Winter Court. I always confuse their names. Phasor is Lord, Phasor is King. Phasor is basically a max army versus 2 people who are like unbelievably dead. This tank placement is apparently inefficient against the battlecruisers. WRX Mike has been fairly quiet. Phasor, wait a minute. Oh, WRX Mike has all the money of his dead allies, so he's floating 15k, 9k. He's the only one left in the game. Is he really the only one left in the game? He gets out of there. Yes. Yes! Attaboy, Phasor. Hail, Phasor. Now, the thing is, normally we would quit out, we'd go to a break at this point in time. So that's what we're going to do, because I don't want to break anything that's normal. But when we come... Everything froze. Are we cool? Are we cool? Did the stream crash? Did the stream burn? Oh my god, that scared me. One of these days, I'm just gonna, like, try to stay very still. And everyone who's watching will be like, lag! And the Tyrannosaurus Rex who's watching will be like, where the fuck did he go? When we come back, we're gonna watch an amazing strategy that allows our players to get a spawning pool up at the 20-second mark. Stay tuned, because Funday Monday is going to be resuming in 3 short minutes.